Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of this book here, Sedmik Vitek by Petra or Petra and I can't pronounce the last name. So I'll leave a link down below to the book. I keep getting questions about where to get the book. You go to her Instagram page and up at the top she has a little link to either a store, her website area, if you live over in her area. If you live in the United States, you do have to send her an email so she can send you the information. So we're going to do sets of the flowers. So we have the same color flowers in 4 different, it almost looks like four different places here. And these are forget-me-nots, I'm pretty sure. These are roses, and I have not figured out what this flower is yet, but these look like the ones at the top, and the ones that come out the side here and here look like sweet peas to me, but the flower itself here, and here, I'm either going to have to pretend they're sweet peas and make them the same colors, or they're going to be their own flower. She has them over here in white, at least 2 of them. One is in purple, but I mean they could be a different flower altogether. These are little buds down here that don't match these buds, so I'm assuming they're rosebuds, so they would match up here. Now I'm going to get you down really close here. I've penciled in some vine work here just because the flower kind of stopped there, and I thought it might look a little better if it actually vined up into the raffia work here. Yes, thank you so much for the information. A couple of people actually told me what that is. So I brought out a pen, or I'm getting out a pen. Yeah, okay. This is a Copic multiliner. And I'm just going to go over my lines here. That I put in pencil. And that kind of takes it up into the other area up here. I can actually connect it up here too. Okay, and then I had this one coming up, going in, and kind of getting lost up there somewhere. And then there's another one that comes this way, only because there's 2 sets of flowers down here. This one kind of goes that way, this one's going to go this way, and whatever this one is going to go up somewhere up there. So I just put those in, so when I color, I'll remember to color in a little green line there. You don't have to do that. I did it. I'm just showing you how I color. I'm going to take this area down here because it covers 3 of the flowers. The little forget-me-nots, the sweet pea area, this off the wall one here, and then the little blooms. Forget-me-nots I'm going to do in blue. She did them on blue on her side. I don't know if you can see the other side there. Okay. My center is going to be a little more yellow and have white coming out from them. So we're going to start off with a blue here, which is light cobalt turquoise. It's the lightest blue I could find in here. And we're going to pull some of that color down. Just kind of like right on the lines that we have here, and then get a little down in here on one side here. And this is a Albert Durer watercolor pencil, and we're just going to get it wet and activate it. It is snowing out. In fact, I took a little tiny video and I will include it right now. And that's what I get to watch out my window. It'll do it for, I think, all night tonight. And then we'll have a little reprieve on Monday. It will start to rain. Okay, we're just going to activate that and bring it into the petal. What I'm after here is just a light blue base coat, and I'm going to do it on all of them, so I should have done that probably before. I got them all wet, but there we go. This one here, side angle, and then in the buds we're going to go ahead and put a little in here. You will hear a very loud noise at some points because my road outside, I think I've mentioned it before, is a bus line, and the plow truck has been up every hour on the dot all night long, plowing the roads to keep them nice and clean. We're very lucky on that point that he does do that. Okay, we're just going to lightly do these guys. Can you see those guys too? Okay. So now we have a light blue base on all of them. We're going to do pencil work on them. So I'm just going to go up and we're going to do that to everybody up here. So how are you all doing? Hope you're all well. This guy over here. Only two here. Then we have the little buds on this side. And then is this a petal? Yeah, that's a petal. And then the ones up here on the top. Okay, and we'll just activate those guys. And the one's way up here. Gonna get more water out there. Take some of that water out so we don't get too much. Okay, I think we got everybody. All right, light blue down. Now on the roses, I think we will go in the pink colors. So I'm going to get out a, decided I was going to go in with a salmon on the sweet peas. So we'll start there first. So we want that kind of on the edges, like we did before. Pretty sure it's this side. Guess there's a little of it up here. Okay, down here. And that's a rose. Rose. Little guy down here. And this guy here. Really happy to have a reference page on the other side so I can see where I'm supposed to put the color down. And then these, I'm going to have to figure out if I want to make them the same color. We'll figure that one out later. Okay, and we're going to activate that. And I guess this little piece here is a ribbon. I don't know what it's attached to because it's not part of the bow, but it's just a piece of ribbon. I'll figure that out later. Okay, over here on the side. And up here at the top. And then I have to decide, I guess these guys are blue. I should have done those in blue. They're part of the forget-me-not. Okay. Okay, for the roses, we've picked out Rose Carmine, just because of the name. I thought that would be pretty. So we're going to put that in. And remember, this is just a base, so we will be darkening all this up with a different color, but I thought the name was pretty. I have no idea what color this is going to turn out, because I want it darker than the sweet peas, which are going to get a yellow put in. So's the rose though, so maybe I'll just do green in there. Okay, to the corner. But we only have, okay, this one over here. Okay, then down in here, we have it kind of hanging out over the edge. This is where it'll get tricky to see what different colors I can get here. I think this is part of the rose too. Okay. All right. Activate that. I have to get a little more water on this. There we go. I think that's part of it too. And this little piece over here. Okay, this one over here. In this corner. There we go. It's not too close to the other flower, but I'll just do those a little more salmon-y. These a little darker. All right, what else? Oh, I have to do these buds down here. So we'll throw some of that in here. All right. And leaf color. Go in with some olives, earth tones, and a light tone. Well, I'll get a light tone in here. Okay, we're going in with chrome oxide green, earth green yellowish, and olive green yellowish. And we might as well work on the ones that are hiding back here. This is the chrome oxide green. Since these are more in the dark, we want to use the darkest color. Have it coming out a little bit. Then we'll use the light green here. Just go all the way around. I think this comes down this way and attaches to that. Okay. Do we have any more of those fine type things? Okay, and up here. Kind of my rule of thumb. If it's a hill, it's the lightest. If it's a valley, it's the darkest. Okay, and up in the sweet pea area, we want this to be a green. And we're going to pull some of that green into the flower. Okay, so we'll do that on all of those. Oh, we forgot to do a bud here. I wonder what bud that is. Blue one. And I forgot to do that part pink. Throw a little of that green in here. And those are rosebuds. Okay. And we'll go with the olive green yellowish. And put that on the roses in their greenery. This part on the other page is green, so we'll green that up. Then on the darker side. Okay, let's see what we get. We'll start up here since we're up here. Just going to blend that out into the other color. Down these. And I didn't get those, so I'll have to do those later. And over here in the roses. I'm gonna remember to do that one in blue. Okay. And then we get the salmon here because I forgot to do this part. And we get the blue because I forgot to do this part. There we go. I think I'm going to go ahead and do these in the salmon color. So add a little there, a little down in here. Okay. There we go. I have to wait until it dries in order to put the green in on that one. And I think did everybody except for the leaves. With the lightest color for the leaves. And which one was the lightest color? Earth green yellowish. So we're just going to put it down and let that be a base on all of the leaves. How many leaves we got? Oh, I forgot to do that one, and we did those in the olive, didn't we? Okay. Is that it for the roses, I hope? Okay. Okay. Gotta find all the leaves. Okay, then the roses. Is that it? Looks like it. Okay. We need to add a little of that green in here. There we go. Okay. I think that's good enough there. We'll get out pencils. I don't know what I'm going to do with these guys here. I kind of like this peach thing, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on this one too. It's not peach, it's salmon. Sorry. And remember, these are all just base coats. And we'll do this one over here too. Okay, then activate it. This one needed green in it too. There we go. This one will get it when it dries. And we'll do this one. Okay. Yeah, they have to dry a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and let it, those dry. We're going to put a little tiny bit of a purple. And we have the purple we used on the bow, the violet, and we're just going to add a little bit of that in the buds here. Buds over here. Do these buds get... I don't think they get any green on them. Okay, does the one on the top have some buds too? So when the buds are young, they'll have a different color than when they're fully open. So we can add a little of that into these guys too. So it's just a little of that violet. Anybody else have a bud? No? Okay. Okay, and then up at the top. And we need a little green on this guy, so put a little of that, what is it? Earth green yellowish. There we go. Okay, gonna let this dry for a bit and then we'll be right back. Okay, we're dry and I'm gonna work on these little guys down here. Not these guys, these little guys over here and these little guys here. And I did a test run to pull out some blues in the pencils because I want it a little darker but not too dark. So we have the cobalt, yeah, where is it? Cobalt turquoise, which I'm doing, what I base coated it with the watercolor. So that'll be here, and we brought out the light phthalo blue to darken the edges there. We're going to work on this one first. So I brought out the counterpoint to the salmon, which is the, what do you call it, dark flesh. I could hold them so you could read them. That would be a good thing, wouldn't it? 130 and 130. They just changed the names when they, new set of these too. So... And then I brought out a cinnamon to get it a little bit darker around the edges, and I might bring in a little bit of a pink too. I don't know, pink. I might have to get that out of a different set, but we're gonna take the salmon one, the color watercolor out, and just use these two for right now, dark flesh and the cinnamon, and we're just gonna go around the edges here. First off, we're gonna go in with the dark flesh. Just around the edges, pull some in. But we want those edges nice and colorful. Okay, bring it down where the lines are. Make sure that edge gets some color in it. Okay, down in here, pull it up on one side, and then just very lightly bring it across. We want these kind of a delicate flower. Love sweet peas. A trellis out on our deck, and I have them growing up that. Here they reseed themselves all summer long, so that's nice. We have them, they bloom a lot. And of course we have hummingbirds that love them too, so just going to darken the edges. Bring it down a little bit. Going to add white in these too. Okay, Where's my white? White, 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 white. Prisma white. This is not Prisma white. This is a Polychromos white. See how it does. I want the Prisma white. Here we go. It's just my preference. I like the wax on the Prisma white. It goes on over almost all pencils really nicely. You just have to make sure the tip is clean. It just brings in a little bit of that to soften up all those corners. Okay. There we go. The snow has really picked up. My daughter's happy. If you're wondering what that noise was. She's going to go out and do a little snowman. She doesn't drive, so she gets really happy about the snow. All right, so soft. And we're going to do the same on all of these. So we go in with the dark flesh first. Then down in here we want to darken the middle and then come out softly. I'll bring in the cinnamon, darken that up even more down in there. Then back in with the flesh, dark flesh. And then the white. Okay, we're also going to bring in a tiny bit of that earth green yellowish, just lightly in there, and a little heavier out here. Tiny bit of the chrome oxide green. And of course the white. We have to make sure that the pink is off of it, and just drag that down on some of those lines. And there we go. We're going to bring a tiny little brown, I think, into that. Let's see what we have out here. Some raw umber. And we're going to put a little of that here too. Just pull down some of those lines, darken that in there a little bit more. Okay. Put a little of that on this side too. And there we go. And we're going to add a little deeper down in here. Okay, the blue ones. We're going to go in first with the light turquoise. It's cobalt turquoise. Kind of go around the edges. Down these. Kind of curve them into the center of the petal. Pull some out. There's a little white stripe that goes in here, so we can kind of pull some up like that to accent that piece. Okay, go around the edges. Bring in the darker color. Go down, pull up. Bring in the white. Sharpen the white. Okay, we're going to bring in a yellow. So what do I have here? This is cream. I'm going to do the center of the flower. And give it a nice creamy color. Then I need a yellow, more of a yellow color. Hold on. Okay, we're going to bring in some dark chrome yellow. I'm going to darken that up just a little bit around the edges. Then we're going to, if I can get the other petals done kind of quickly here. Okay, go back in with the cobalt. And the white. Okay, and now we're going to bring in a Posca and show you what I mean by the white in the centers here. Make sure it works. Okay, out of each one of these, we're going to bring a little white line. Then if we get down really close, we're going to try to go up both sides of that little white line. To make them stand out a little bit better. Okay, we'll go around again. I'm going to make this just a little darker there. Then we're going to pull down with the darker, kind of a darker line just in the center of each one of these. Kind of points right to that white line. We'll just pull a little white on each side of that. And we'll throw in some little white dots in here. Let those dry. And that's how we're going to do those. They're going to be a little softer than the other side. So mass production, we kind of go a little faster. just gonna outline that line first. After you practice on one, you can go a little quicker. And then the white. Okay, so that's how they're all going to go. Even this guy up here, he's just sideways. The white. This one I didn't do terribly good. Go back over that. And then the little white bits. And you'll want to go up on these little buds too. And the purple. It's the, this one's blue violet. Sorry, my watch. I'm going to put a tiny bit of that around the white too. Just make that stand out a little bit more. Maybe up on the tips of these two. Kind of like that color. Okay. And it's kind of how they're all going to go. I'll put a little white in there too. Okay. All right, the rosebuds. We're going to do them a little redder, so I'm going to pull out some reds, some pinks, and some yellow color. No idea what I picked out. Just pulling out some dark colors, and we're going to see how we go. So I pulled out quite a few. I don't know if I'll be using them all, so I'll name the ones I use. So yeah, I've got reds, and I've got Venetian red, cadmium red, burnt carmine, cadmium dark yellow, the maddered lake, which is the light pink, dark red, and red violet. And we are going to see how we go here. Move those over there because we want to darken it up. So start here. We're going to first go off with the red violet. Pull some of that up. Make it the darkest down there, and then right up here at the tip of the bud. Yep, I like that one. And then we'll bring in a burnt carmine and see how that works with that. Works well. Okay, then what are you? Dark red. Dark red. Then the Pink Madder Lake. Lightly touching in there. Okay, we're going to move those over here for a second. And pull in the white. Going to throw in a tiny bit of yellow, which is the dark cadmium yellow. Okay, then we go back in with the dark red violet, sorry. The dark. There we go. So that's how dark our buds are going to be. Did I use all the colors? Did I move some? Hopefully I moved some. Middle cadmium red. How bright was that? What is this one? Venetian red. So our flower buds are going to be really dark. Move all those across. We'll do the other one. Same way. Dark color first. No idea what I used next. Dark red. Used those last, I thought, burnt carmine. The yellow. The pink. The white. The middle carmine. the Venetian, and I have to get a little more white in there. If you can't get it in, you have to erase a little bit. And this paper does allow you to do that really well. So then just throw the white back on there, and then go in with the darker color and kind of outline it a little bit, and it stands out more. Okay, just going to blend it with my finger a little bit so that those colors, or your white isn't so bright, but your darker colors blend over it a little bit, giving it a little softer look. I'll be doing that with a lot of those. Greenery here, we're just going to go over with the dark colors. And make sure everybody's green. If you want, you can bring in a lighter green on top of that and give it a little bit of a highlight. And a tiny bit of the white. Take off the pink that's on here. I just rub it with my finger. I get lead all over me. And I just go in and lighten one portion of that up. Take the darker color and darken around it. Make it stand out. There we go. Okay. So we're going to work on the big roses up there. What haven't I done? A leaf. I guess I can do a leaf. Dark color. Lighter color. If you want, you can add a yellow in there. This is cream. You can add some white. Make sure you don't have any blue in there. Lighten up some of those spots. Go back in with your dark. Darken there. Throw in some brown if you like. Brown, 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 brown. I'm looking for a brown that is not a watercolor. And what do we got? Walnut brown. It's a nice dark brown for in here. It's under a shadow. Let's bring that out. We'll throw a little up here on the tip. Kind of go down your little line here. This is where we want it the darkest in the vein. A lighter brown. This is Bister. And we're just going to color it up here at the tip. And kind of go down. Just lightly. can also darken up this little brown piece. It should have been a little darker there to begin with. And if you want, you can bring in a black, a nice sharp point, go over your little veins there and pull some other ones out. Just keep turning your pencil so those veins will actually look like veins. Go over the mane and deepen it right in that center there. So that is under the hair. It should be under there. There we go. Leaf. Okay. You can go back over it a little bit with a lighter green if you want to. So moving up, all these flowers are going to be done the same way, and we got to get a big rose. So I think I'll do this little guy over here. Same colors we used down on the buds. We'll go in with the red violet, darkest areas first, which are where those are. Black. Yes, that was our friendly plow. Plowing again. Put some dark underneath that lip that's going to come down because it curls over. This is always the fun one. The center you want dark, or the deepest, tightest curl there. Okay. Now we want to darken some of these lines. Darken underneath this petal. I want to leave that light. Okay. Next color in. or whatever it was. I just know the two that I put in last, so. Okay, this one will be the dark red. And down over here. Okay, next one is the middle cadmium red. I think we'll throw a little yellow in there first. The cadmium red looks really nice over that. Okay, back with the cadmium. Okay. Okay, then we're going to bring in the white. Just set those pencils over there for a second. I'm going to sharpen the white. Okay, we're going to make sure that this stays white here. Down and around here. I want that tip to stay white, so we're just going to blend that all out. This area here stay white. That area up there. This area over here. And these up here. Okay, we're going to go back in with the dark color. Dark color, where's my dark color? Yep, the violet. Just scoot those guys out of my way. Go in where it's all the darkest. gonna get the eraser here. This should be a little lighter here. And my eraser is dirty and needs to be turned over. Come on, out you go. Okay. A little lighter there. A little lighter right there. A little light there. A little lighter right up here. Back here. There. There. And here it should be a little rounder. Okay, now we're going to go back in with colors. This is the pink. Just lightly going over it. Because we forgot to put the pink in. Okay, we're going to take the white and get those a little whiter there. Trying to make ridges, and this is what I'm trying to do here. Okay, not crazy about the color, but we're getting there. Cadmium red. And then the dark red. Blend that with my finger. And then we're going to go in with a little bit of black down into these really deep areas here. And then deep dark colored the red, just to blend that black out. And we'll take some Posca here and lighten those edges. Then we'll go over that with the light red I have here. Oh, it's close. I don't know, looks like a flower, doesn't it? It's not quite what I was after, but I mean, other than erasing it and starting over, which is going to be impossible over red. That's kind of what I'm after. Okay, we'll bring in the green to darken that up. I think there's a little green there. That stem comes down. A little stem over here too. And then the light green, barely going to show. So probably should put in some yellow or something. Brighten that up there. Okay. I think if I can, I'm going to get some black raspberry and put it in that. Rose there. I don't know. This one is giving me some problems here. And this one kind of bubbles, so it kind of goes like that. Yeah, something like that. And then we'll go back in with the pencils again. Sooner or later I'll get it to look like a rose. Or not, I should just probably give up on that one and go to another one. Let's see. It's really dark. Gonna lighten up this part again. And this part. Okay, this part. Yeah, we're having fun. I'm looking at the other side of the page, and Sarah's is really light around these areas here, and that's what I am attempting to do, is lighten this up in those areas. But of course I'm not her, so trying to copy what she did is kind of throwing me off, because I do things differently. So let's see, we'll throw the pink in here and see what that does, just to get rid of those eraser lines. Get all that crud off the page. I may just bring in ink for that, because I am not having fun with that part. Bring in a little more white here. Bring that down. This is taking hours, isn't it? Sorry. Okay. Then we'll bring in the, just a little bit. Black raspberry here. And I'm going to call that. So anyway, we're going to do these flowers like this. When I get back, all those will be done. I will try to get these roses done the same way. I may change it up. If I do, I'll leave one rose so I can show you how I did it. So other than that, I'm going to finish the rest of this page and I'll be back. Okay, here we are. I like that one better than that one. That one's darker, but you know, it's the way flowers are. I'll show you what I did with this one. Okay. I have this one little over here that I just started. So I took the cream and went around the edges up here. Okay, just in some areas. And then kind of tried to get it down into the crease. The other color I brought in was the Pink Madder Lake, and I brought that up very lightly to meet the yellow. So we've got yellow and pink. And then I brought in the metal cadmium and just added it where it was nice and dark. Trying to keep the curve of the flower here. Okay, and then do down in here. It's really hard to get to the in there, but we just want to get some color in that area. Okay, it's not a big deal. We want to darken this area here, so I'm just going to lightly bring all that color out to that spot. I'm going to bring some up here into the yellow and bring it down here. Lightly bring it out. I'm going to bring a little tiny bit of it up in here, so we get a crease in that petal. Not a line, but just a crease, because we're a small little petal here. But we want to keep that line there curved. And then do whatever you want to do out here on this petal. I'm going to curve it up that way. It may not even be a petal, but I made it a petal, so it's a petal. We go back over it with our pink. Pink Matter Lake. Sorry, I had to come up with the name again. And I'm pretty sure this is not a petal, but I'm making it a petal. Okay, so we have those colors just like I put in here and like I did on this little guy over here. We just put the pink down, went around with the cream, and then we're going to go in with the redder color and just pull it in and make sure it's all around this petal for a shadowing effect, and then just bringing it up. Bringing it down anywhere you want a nice shadow or deepness to your flower. Okay, then you're going to go back over it with the pink, put a little tiny bit more pressure on the pink, not a whole lot. Same one over here. I don't know if you can see both at the same time. Okay. I think that's actually, okay, where'd he go? This flower. So I'm just going to take the pink out of that one. Yep. And put it up here. Okay, so we have enough of those colors down. Then we're just going to take the white Prismacolor again, sharpen it up. We're going to add some of the white in here, just in these areas where I want it to stay the lightest. Yeah, it's my fault. Sharpened it too much, put too much pressure on it. Go around and put it down in the areas that you want to keep white. Like right there. Clean it off if you need to. Right in there. Right up here. Right on this side. Right in there. Okay, same over here. We want to keep it white right up there. Light coming down there. Light coming there and here. And right on this side of that. Now we're going to take, let's wiggle everything around. The blender, Caran d'Ache blender. And we're just going to go over that, going in the shape of the petal. And making sure everything gets blended. Even where there's no petal. Okay. So we're blending that white in with the rest of the colors. I did that up in here. Make sure you're going in the direction of the petal that you want it to go in, because this does move the pigment around. Okay, get that all blended. I think I can do some of that on this one. It's just going to be a darker flower because, well, I use different colors on it and I can't get it lighter unless I erase, and then I'm afraid it'll just turn into a big mess, and I don't want to do that. But it doesn't look awful with the other ones. It's not going to bother me that it's a little brighter or darker. Then I'm going to go back over very lightly with the pink. Yeah, even that one. But the pink will go over the cream. It'll go over the white. Just lightly. You're just going over it very lightly. Trying to go in the direction of the petal. And then we'll get that soft color that I like better than the darker one. Okay, the center, that needs just a little bit more color. And there we go. So this is the color I'm after, not that one, but it'll work. Okay, I haven't done the rest of the flowers, so I added a tiny bit of the blue violet here. So I just picked the spot that was underneath the other one and just brought some of that up, just to deepen that, but it gives it a nice purple tone. Also brings the purple down from the bow that we put up at the top of the page, and brings the purple over from over here on the buds, keeping that center part white. So it just adds another little dimension there. And I put a tiny bit of cream around the green that was down here, so just brought the cream into this flower, because I thought it looked prettier with that. Okay. Boom. So I'm going to finish it off camera, and then I will show you what it looks like at the end. Now that I fixed this bit up, it really doesn't look that bad. So I'll just finish up everything here, and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end of the video. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry I goofed about that one and it took forever to, yeah. Anyway, live and learn, right? Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now.